Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And isn't the sea absolutely beautiful? We're actually heading round now to ARDGLASS, but there you can see a lighthouse out in the ocean. And where we're heading now is we're going to have a look at this castle. Now it's locked up, we can't get in. And you'll find so many of these castles are locked up. I got into the last one at Strangford, but normally you wouldn't get in. It was only thanks to the gentlemen that were working who allowed me in. So my question would be to the powers that be, why do you not open these castles during the day for people to have a look in? I can understand you having them closed at night because of the young ones maybe having parties or something in them. But through the day you would think, providing they're safe inside, you would think that they should be open for Joe Blogs to have a wee look round like myself. So this is KILCLIEF Castle. So that's my wee moan over about castle doors being shut. So there we go. You can see the old cobble pathway here as well that leads to the door of the castle. And I'll show you the church up the road when we get round the back. But I'm going to read a wee bit of information out. Not read it all, but I'll read a wee bit to you. It's KILCLIEF Castle, and it says, with its steep battlements and lively outline, KILCLIEF Castle is a splendid example of the fortified homes of local landlords that they built across Ireland from the beginning of the 15th century, and certainly is, there's no doubt about it. Possibly where the term comes, I'm the king of the castle. And if a man's not king in his own home, then where is he king? Possibly maybe that's where those sayings come from. And it says it is the earliest surviving tower house in Ulster and dates from about 1413, when John Silly, newly appointed Bishop of Down, built it as his manorial residence. The doorway and the reconstructed windows in the east wall display a distinctively ecclesiastical style. And so there you can see a diagram of what they think the building would have looked like inside. And I'm going to read this bottom paragraph to you. Found it interesting. It says, KILCLIEF means Church of Wattle. The Church of Ireland church up the road towards ARDGLASS occupies the site of the early church that gave KILCLIEF its name. By the 10th century there was a stone church burned in 935 and plundered from the sea by Sitric the Dane in 1001. By comparison, the 15th century castle has had a peaceful history. Bishop Seeley was dismissed in 1441 after complaints that he was living in the castle with a married woman. And although it was garrisoned during the Tyrone Rebellion, it remained church property for a long time. And let's see what it says here. Tower houses of Strangford and Lecal. Tower houses are fortified private residences built in both the town and country to house important families, lesser landlords and their retainers. These were constructed from the 15th to the 17th century, and around 3,000 survive in Ireland. 20 in County Down are located in Lecal and on the shores of Strangford Lough. The string of small castles around the coast serve to protect the import-export trade. Such properties reflect the wealth and power of their builders. And certainly there is, I love doing this wee run here. You actually start off in Balnahinch, head towards Downpatrick, and then it brings you back eventually by Trella Beach and Seaford. And the castles that you pass, like, it's fantastic. And we'll be getting into ARDGLASS, and the castles alone that are in ARDGLASS village are, my goodness, you'll certainly enjoy them. And one of those castles is actually the Golf Club now. It was actually the Golf Club from 1911. And I've videoed a few castles which are now golf clubs, and you can actually check those out on my playlist, historical golf clubs. So that's the door. You can't get in, as you can see, it's locked, and you can't see through the windows. I've tried to shine the torch through, but no joy. But I will take you around. I want to show you the church up the road, and that's our next stop. Great to have this, isn't it? Fantastic. So it's definitely a castle day today for us. There's no doubt about it. You can see the light coming through the other window. But that's about all you can see. But that's the old church. Well, the new church obviously. But the old site. And those bells, the way they have those bells in some of those churches, it reminds me of the Mexican churches and the old westerns. So that's where we're heading next. I'll see a mausoleum up there, so a couple of mausoleums I think. So it'll be interesting to see who's in those. Because whenever you're checking, and I haven't been up there yet, but whenever you're checking the old graveyards, it's amazing the history that's in them. And sometimes the history will be on the tombstone. Other times you can maybe get a wee lead, like a squire or soldier or reverend. And when you Google the person, then you get more information on them. Sometimes you don't get any more, but sometimes you do. So certainly the old graveyards are a great place for studying history. No doubt about it. So there you go. That's your wee tour of the castle. It's good that they have the old cobbles still, isn't it? And there's the lighthouse. So I hope you've enjoyed the wee tour here of KILCLIEF Castle, and watch out for the next one where we'll be up at the Church of Ireland. God bless.